Welcome to the Nonprofit Exchange. This is Hugh Ballou, founder and president of Synervision Leadership Foundation. Synergy is created by the leader because we have a clear vision. Therefore, Synervision works with leaders, clarifying messaging, building teams, and creating value for everyone. This is the Nonprofit Exchange. This is episode number 424. We've been at this a while, but never have we had a guest like we have today. And it's a brand new acquaintance for me. We just got acquainted a minute ago, but he's got some wonderful stuff to share today. So, Chuck Wisner, welcome to the Nonprofit Exchange. And please tell people a little bit about your background and your passion for this work. So, our topic today is how to transform your conversation. So, we'll get to that. But first, tell people about you and your passion for conversations.
Okay, so I thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here. Part of my doing podcasts and things is promoting my book, The Art of Conscious Conversation. And I came to that through a long set of experiences. My first work world was music. I was trained as a percussionist, and that taught me about working with people and listening and all that jazz. Then I was trained as an architect. And in that business, there's lots of conflict. And during the 15 years I was there, the last few years, one of our partners became an alcoholic, and it was a real problem for our clients and our staff. And we architects were good at architecture, but we weren't good at the other stuff. So, so we at the people stuff. So we hired in some help, and a woman eventually worked with us who, I don't know, she worked with us individually. She met with us as a group. She gave us feedback. She did these things and started these conversations with us. And in the end, we all had a way through the solution. We all were happy about it. It wasn't easy, but it was a transformation. And when we were finished, I was like, what just happened? What Linda did felt like magic to me. And because she made me think differently, she made us as a group work differently, and she gave us tools to come with new solutions. So it felt like magic. And I think what she did also spoke to I have an innate interest in philosophy and psychology and theology and spirituality. So I think what she did seemed like, wait a minute, she put some pieces together that I never put together. And make a long story short, I was so intrigued that I started studying, and I did 4 years of retooling and restudying myself. And I studied the ontology of language. I did mediation. I worked with a transformational leadership program at MIT, teaching it or coaching it. And 4 years later, I gave up my architecture partnership and changed careers. So now I'm, through my book and my talks, I'm trying to give people a window into the power of language and the power of conversations so that we can hear them and listen to them and speak them differently, which means we can better collaborate and create with other people.
We just met, but we have an unusual amount of overlap in our experience, our skill set, our interest, and our disciplines. My principal form of leadership I teach is transformational leadership, which is, as a musician, we build cultures of people that function at a higher level. And so transformation, our motto at Synervision is transforming leaders, transforming organizations, transforming lives.
Yeah.
And so what we do is provide resources, and talking to people that have been there, do that, have specialized skills. And I can't think of a more important skill, and of course, being musicians, we're taught this, is listening. And that's probably, of all the leadership skills, that's probably one of the most underutilized. What's your take on that?
Yeah. So listening, there's a lot of books out there about listening. Mirror the other person, repeat what they say, etc. But my take on this is that part of the reason we can't listen is because we are so generally wrapped up in our own chatter our own monkey mind, that is, or whatever you want to call it, the committee inside, that's going on without a lot of awareness or uh, uh, practicing on our part to sort of manage that. And so instead of listening, we're always running our dialogue, like what are we going to say next, or how do I disagree or agree, or worried about how we'll look or how we'll sound. So that inner chatter is really a distraction from allowing us to be fully present and absorb different perspectives or absorb other opinions without our judgment sort of shutting it down immediately. So, so I say until we do our own work,
Mm.
investigating our own stories, investigating our own judgments, we can read all the books we want, but we have to do our own work before we can actually make that transformation.
That is golden. And that, there was 30 minutes of really helpful tips. And, that's as much as I can absorb at once. So 30 minutes, we could talk on this topic for days, but you've given
Yeah.
us a really good overview, some good tips, some good sound bites, and good reason to go check out your website, chuckwisner.com. Chuck, you've been a gift to me today and our audience. Thank you for being my guest.
Thank you for having me.